David Corson, Monday, June 16th, 2025, a little past 8 o'clock. Just sitting out here on my front of my house, enjoying the nice weather. Finally, no rain. I can't believe it, but the grass is loving it, and the sods taken, and not a cloud in the sky. Anyway, I've been up here since last Wednesday, and it's just so tranquil and quiet. At night, you should hear the frogs, the tree frogs. It is like an orchestra. It is so loud. And but the fence is finished, and dogs are safe, so that was a big accomplishment. Sold my other house this afternoon at close. Normally close is about a half hour max. I was in there for an hour and a half, waiting for them to fund the buyer's amount. But anyway, finally went through, and we walked out with a little pocket money. But Wednesday I closed on my mortgage for all of my construction loan, converted to my mortgage, and looking forward to paying the sucker off and enjoying myself. This is the last time I'm going to live in a house. Next time it's going to be an old folks home, or but I'm not moving again. I've just had, this is I don't know what number house this has been, but it's been it was a roll of dice. We built the house, we built this, and it prays for what we wanted, and it was just everything worked out. So, but very, very dicey. You built something, and it was our first build. That's what's even better. We built this, I can say that. But an awesome Monday. Got up early, got my issue out, 196 pages. Looked freaking awesome. Had a couple new departments in there, or sections. One called campus facilities, and our cannabis operations. It's about the cannabis industry and construction, etc. Anyway, it was a story about cannabis and hemp, or insulation, from a Canadian design builder for basic residential homes. Really great story. Change of pace, because I normally just have dispensaries on there, or grow facilities, but this was actually a residential gig, and we tied it right in after our residential section. So it was a nice, smooth transition. A lot of stuff in there, and but just an exciting day. I'll tell you, I'm going to bed at about 10 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be out cold. It's been just a long 2 weeks of moving, dealing with the weather, installing the fence, getting everything done for the other house, so the buyers are psyched. I mean, we wanted that. The cleaners came in this morning, even though they canceled yesterday. They came in this morning, cleaned everything up, and I know when they go in there, they're going to be like, wow, this is really, really cool. And we left them, some things that they wanted, and we just wanted to make sure that the house, look, we were the third owner. They're the fourth owner in 13 years. So all in all, they're going to be, enjoy the house, but I think they got a little baby and maybe some more on the way. So in any event, just a great day, awesome way to start the week off, and hopefully you have a positive thought, smile on your face, had a great Monday, got up early, made your bed, started your day with a positive action, had an awesome morning, had a good lunch, put some protein and oomping you, went through the afternoon, you're off, maybe having dinner, family, friends, and enjoying your Monday. If you're out there working, that's okay too, because you're going to get off work sooner or later, and you can enjoy yourself as well. And yeah, just a really, really good day. But I'll tell you, getting rid of the other house, or selling the other house, I should say, to be nice, but getting rid of it was great. Listen, I had a good 4 year stint there. It was it was great, but we built this, and we're going to enjoy it. And I've worked my ass off my whole life, and now it's time to, I could never retire. It's just not my nature. I couldn't go catch fish or hit golf balls every day. I could probably throw the cross balls every day, or shoot hockey pucks, but that's just not me. So I'm gonna probably work till the day I die, or I'm gonna put some hours in. But it's gonna be nice to be up here, and getting up every morning is just gonna be cool. And I'm ready to start cranking for the second half of 2025. We're only two weeks away from halfway through the year, and it's been an amazing year already. I mean, never a dull moment. Time is flying at warp speed. Technology, AI, there's so much going on in the world. It's an amazing time to be alive, and I'm just glad that I'm still breathing and a chance to see it. So, hey, here's what I'm thinking for my word of the day for Monday, June 16th, 2025, and that word is steadiness. Yeah, steadiness. I like that. You know why? Because that's what I had to do over this last 14 months building this freaking house, between permitting and breaking ground, and then changing the plans, and then getting revised, and weather, but all in all, our build went pretty cool. Passed our inspections, couple little things, and it was an amazing experience. Learned a lot. I know we're gonna do a couple builds a year, and let my wife do some of the smaller projects. The bathrooms. She just got I think she got a basement this morning. So a couple new builds and some other renovations. Hey, it's going to be a great time to build some stuff and work my hands. I'm gonna keep my magazine rolling. As long as I don't lose my eyesight or get arthritis in my fingers, I'm gonna be rolling. So, but steadiness is so appropriate for what I'm thinking today. Business, personal, athletics, life, sleep, whatever you're doing. Steadiness should be part of your jargon, your verbiage, your action, characteristics about yourself. Just athletics, being an athlete. If you have steadiness and you're improving every day, it means that you've got an upward trajectory for more wins and L's. And L's not losses, that's learning up on the scoreboard. And the scoreboard tells the story. Remember, never look back, because the scoreboard doesn't change. But if you have steadiness, most likely you're going to have more W's and L's on the scoreboard, and you're going to be at the top of your game, or the precipice, or the summit of where you belong. As long as you work your tail off, and prepare and bring your A game, for you, because you're going to play as you practice. As long as you practice all week, you can execute, take care of your body, feed your body right, get the amount of rest that you need, watch tape, get ready, and hopefully your teammates have bought into the plan, and you guys go out and execute. And listen, very few teams go undefeated, so you're going to lose. You're not going to win every game, but you're going to. If you don't win, you're going to learn. You're not going to lose. You're going to learn. So, but being steady, that's quality of doing something. Effort is upward. That's what actually steadiness is. And being steady on the athletic field, it means you have composure, you have class, you have professionalism, you're mature. And you don't chirp and do all that BS that's out there. You just go about your business and let the scoreboard do the talking. And steadiness is an awesome way to be an athlete. Whether it's in the pool, on the lacrosse field, on the frozen pond, on the checkerboard, on the fencing mat, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have steadiness and you're always consistently, every day in and day out, improving on even the things that you're already excellent at, but you're improving on your actions, you're just going to have such a better feeling about where your team's going or where you're going, and your stats are going to tell the stories as well as the scoreboard with a lot of W's. So steadiness in athletics, crucial. Steadiness in business. Hey, I don't care if you're the CEO or a junior accounting executive. If you have steadiness and you improve on revenue, marketing, bringing on new clients, keeping new clients happy, whatever it might be in your business adventures out there, if you have steadiness in business, first of all, steadiness is contagious. People can know that, hey man, Corson's steady. He's steady on the athletic field, he's steady in business. I don't freak out. I kind of know what's going to be coming, but I always get hit with blind sides here and there, and you got to be prepared for that. But if you have steadiness, most likely you're going to be able to overcome that or blow right through whatever hindrances or potholes or speed bumps that are in your way that you weren't ready for, but you're prepared for. And it's just a really, really good way to run your business. So steadiness, crucial to your success in reaching your goals and crossing that finish line, to raise the cup and say, hey, this is the fruits of my labor. Look back, retweak, adhere to what you did, maybe improve and so forth, and then do it again. And do it again, because repetition is key. Consistency, repetition, all of those things. But steadiness is what gets you there. So relationships, you got to be steady in a relationship, because not every day is going to be peaches and cream. So if you're in a personal relationship, hey, you got to communicate, got to be transparent, you got to listen with your ears, you got to stick a sock in your mouth when you're yakking too much, which I do all the time. I'm not ashamed to say it. And but steadiness, just be able to be flexible, negotiable, all of those things. And if you do all those things and you find the right person that you want to hang with, hey, you're going to have many more positive days than days. And you know what? And it's your responsibility to make positives out of any negative. Just like in the morning, if you make your bed in the morning, it's a positive action. Then you go through the day and you end your day on a positive action. And you're going to wake up the next morning feeling positive already, to make your bed and get that done. So steadiness in relationships. And it's just not personal. It's just people that you communicate with. Like today at the close. Our close was an hour and a half long. We just sit there and yak with the buyers, the agent, the loan officer, the attorney. Our agent was there. You run out of things to talk about. You just want to sign the papers and get out of there. And, it was nice, but chit-chatting. But, you got to be steady. So we kept our composure. And we're waiting patiently. Finally, we got it. And boom, everybody, blew that stall. And, everybody wanted to get out of there. So, but steadiness. This whole process of building the house, getting it, whether we're going to sell it or we're going to stay in there, sell the other house and all that kind of stuff, we had to have a game plan. And, not everything's going to go smooth, but this was actually a pretty good, pretty good deal, the way that we went about it. And steadiness is what we made it through. I mean, even my wife and I were still married. There were a couple days there where she hated my guts and, because I didn't give her the opinion that she wanted. But listen, I tell the truth. I got nothing to hide. Hey, I don't like that color. Hey, that was sloppy work over there. Or, listen, what is that? And we learned a lot on this build. So we know the next build that, we're going to use the same subs, but we can, look for certain things that they did and say, hey, look, we got to do it this way. Or let's try a different, type of color or whatever it might be. They're all good guys. Nobody's perfect. So, you always want to be improving. And that's the way I look at things. When I give someone constructive criticism, you got to be able to take it. And it's not the way that I know everything or my wife knows everything. We just have a way we want things done. And if so, pretty much everybody's going to get paid and we're going to have an excellent project to show off, the fruits of our labor. That's what it's all about. As a builder, you want your project to speak for itself. I don't need to yak. I said, take a look, man. We did this thing. So, and listen, this isn't some huge mansion or anything. This isn't, some huge beachfront. Listen, we're up on the lake and, it's nice, but it's like my magazine. I look at my magazine 100, 200 times before it got posted. So by the time, I can't even tell if it's nice or not, but it's 196 pages. I know there aren't many 196-page magazines out there. So same thing here. Our neighbors came over. No one's really seen it. We locked the house. A lot of people walked through it when the framing was up, but as soon as the windows and the doors are on, we locked this thing. We don't want anybody in there. And a couple of our neighbors came over and they're like, wow, this looks awesome. And I said, yeah. Talked to my wife. She designed it. So, but steadiness, okay? Doesn't matter what your relationship, just casual contact, communication with people or personal. Hey, if you're steady, you're going to have a much better chance of having a lot more positive outcomes than not. And then sleep. You got to be steadiness with your sleep. 6 to 8 hours a day. I get 6 to 6.5. I've been working on it all year. I sleep like a rock, man. I wake up not groggy. I'm ready to go, cranking. The 5 a.m. club, I'm up, boom, rocking and rolling. So, and listen, if your body knows you have steadiness, it knows that it's got to kick tail every day. But it's also going to tell you, hey man, it's time for me to get my rest. So it knows when I'm unplugging, I'm brushing my teeth, I'm flossing, and I'm ready to go to bed. So that steadiness is really important to your body. And if it knows it's going to perform every day. It's going to perform as long as you're breathing, all right, if you take care of it. So steadiness with sleep, so important. So it's from the heart, take it to the bank, up in your knowledge vault, put it on a shelf. You shouldn't even put it on yourself. You should work on steadiness every day. It's just an awesome word. Steady as it goes, steady as a rock, whatever saying you want to say. Steadiness is a really, really high quality term to have in your life, the way to live your life, the way to carry yourself. It just is. So, but if you work on steadiness every day, every week, every month, till the end of the year, December 31st, you will see a change in yourself. You'll have about 6.5 months of data on yourself. You can look back, hey, record it right here on your phone, on a notepad, or get the diary app or whatever, and you'll get addicted. It's just a self-check thing. You'll be able to look back at all the days that you did that. And if you had too much steadiness, not enough steadiness, just the right amount, and you'll remember every one of those days. And it'll freak you out, but I tell you, you'll remember. And it's an amazing thing to go back to. So, hey, listen, I did it all last year, and now I'm halfway through this year. I'm going to do it the rest of my life. This, if you could take one thing from any of my videos, steadiness would be one of the best words I gave to you, over the last year and a half. Steadiness, man, it's a really, really awesome word to have associated with you. And but listen, put it right here on your phone. paragraph a day on how you worked on steadiness. Consistent, don't miss a day. And I'm telling you, you will love it. You'll get addicted. But, take action. You got nothing to lose. But you got to be consistent. You can't do it for 2 to 3 weeks and then bail. You got to do it it's like going for your black belt. You're on a journey. And then when you're done, you keep going, you keep on learning. There's never, you never stop learning. The day you stop learning is the day you should go do something else. So, hey, that's the word of the day. Those are my thoughts. And hopefully you can take some from them. So go have a great rest of your Monday night. And I will see you tomorrow. Where, I have no idea, but I will. Appreciate you all out there. Be safe. Take action. Steadiness.